again. What the
Hi.
guys are currently doing at the moment. So we're gonna go battle with the marketplace. So using method number three, either using a 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute chart using M3, and basically trading for the next 20 minutes.
Okay, cool.
And I'll
Thank
be
you.
no worries going through one after the other. Alrighty.
Angie has a question.
Click on where the thing change M5 to M3. So you have to do it manually, Angie. Manually. M3. So say, for example, John, can you do me a favor for now, please? Where it says M5 next to Euro Pound. If you put your cursor next to the M5 on the square neck on the bottom, sorry, on the left hand corner. Yep, there it is. Okay, you need to put your cursor inside the box. Yep, there you go. And then type in M3, press enter. There you go. Then we'll change to a 3 minute chart. You can also change that to M2 for 2 minutes or M4 for 4 minutes. Okay, Angie, just to coach you over there, you are in a 5 minute chart, and if you look at the timestamp on your bottom right hand corner where it says 1608, you're way too early. So that means that in order for you to press the trigger, it should be at least 1609, close to 1610, because it's not every 5 minutes, right? So if you entered 2 minutes or 3 minutes, too early because it's way too far. See right there, now you're against it. Right, so that's your learning curve for tonight. I'm muted. All this time I've been talking. Hi, Jason. How's it going? What we're doing is we're currently sparring against the marketplace. So we're using method 3 only with time frames 5 minutes and below. No more than 5 minutes because we only got, 9 minutes left using method number 3 only. Method number 3 only. All right. Okay, same mistake with you, John, on the last one. I believe the euro against the, which one, the euro dollar or euro Swiss? Okay, euro dollar, yeah. So see how you entered. I can see it's a 3-minute chart. Your timestamp is 11:12. In order for that bar to finish will actually be 11:13. So in order for you to get in a bit too early, oh yeah, well, you're way too early. Okay, so you need to wait at least almost 10 seconds before the price will close. Okie dokes.
Okay.
Okay, just coaching with you as well, Jason. This is M3. It's very simple, just 2 in, 2 out. You don't even need your trends for it, right? Okay, so the whole purpose as well for this training for everyone is just for you not to think, not to create any logic, just seeing if it's 2 above, buy, 2 below, sell. If it's way too far from the price, away from the 8 or the 10, don't chase, wait for it until it comes back to the 8 or the 10, and if you can get a better price, then even better. Okay. And while you're doing this as well, because I know it's pretty quick, what emotions are going through in your head at the moment when you're in terms of your thoughts? What are they? More negative or more positive? So if you have your trading journals next to you as well, write them down. Okay, I'm currently feeling anxiety or impatient, some form of excitement, sadness, irritation, or whatnot. So what are they? All right, much better, Angie. Nice. Okay, alrighty, we'll start from you, Jason. I don't know if you heard me before. Uh, please explain on what you've done, Jason. Let's start from you first.
Okay, just following the rules.
Yep.
Two in, I got in right here, and then immediately reversed, went down to the low side and came back up, and then went back down below the 8 and the 10, got out when both confirmed out. Then it came right back up and got back in. Right here, my mouse actually died right here, which is why I got in on this candle right here.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get in here, and so I had to swap the battery out again, like last time. And so that costed me, and then ended up getting out here, lost 12, and so that's what happened.
Okay, so what emotions did you feel before, during, and after?
When I was all the way up until here, I wasn't feeling anything. I was pretty neutral.
Mm-hmm.
When I had my mouse issue, I immediately got very upset because this is the first time within the last couple of weeks that I've had problems with peripherals on the computer. So it was just very frustrating right there.
Okay,
So I just
gotcha.
changed the battery out and got out.
Gotcha. Cool. I believe you're still in the trade, right? Are you still in the trade?
No, I got out right here.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Alrighty. John, your turn. Let's see what you did for.
Oh yeah, Ray, I am still in that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see here. For euro pound, I came in long, and actually because I wanted to do more battling, and I figured that with this quicker chart, I was just going to go ahead and take the profit. Um, so that's why I went out, and I went into euro dollar. Let me see here. See what happened here. Yeah, right. So let's see what I did here. Came in here. Not really sure what happened here, actually, to tell you the truth.
Yeah,
I know I'm out of it now.
that's the one when I told you about the time. See how you entered way
Yeah,
too early,
right.
and then
Yeah,
boom,
exactly.
failure, right? Okay. So
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
So in terms of the learning environment, waiting for the closing price, at least about
Yeah,
10
my thing
seconds.
is that I was not really paying attention to the timestamps. Like after you explained it to me and I started paying attention to the timestamps, I was able to time it better.
Nice. That's it.
So that was
Cool.
something I just kind of figured out.
And now you can
But
replicate that on a bigger time frame, like the daily and the 4 hours and 1 hour. Yeah, right. So, say for example, for the daily, you cannot enter an M3 like in between. Say right now you can't. For there's another 12 hours, so you have to wait prior to the closing. So in other words, it's a 5 to 5, 5 p.m. to 5 p.m., right? Eastern
uh,
Standard Time, so at least by 4:58, 4:59, that's the time that you need to look at in terms of where is the closing price at, and that's where the critical period for you or for M3 is always at the last minute of the closing price. Nice.
now what I'm basing it off of is I'm looking at the timestamp on the chart, but then
Uh-huh.
I'm basing it off of the clock on my computer. They're not exactly the same, so you're going to have some margin of error, correct?
That is a problem. I need to, I don't know, yeah, someone has to get in contact with FXM on how to find the actual time itself by the second. Um,
Yeah.
I know for, say, for example, I have one platform that can give me, that's basically ticking in the time and there's the second actually. So I
Yeah,
know.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool if they had it on here, like the actual time running, so you could do an actual countdown.
Exactly. So, but in terms of the daily chart or say the daily, the daily is easy because even if like the last 1 minute or last 2 minutes, even if you're counting like say the last 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes, the probability that it can drop massively or significantly is unlikely anyway. So if you're within the 5 minute time frame of a daily chart, you should be fine. You can just pretty much enter any time during the time. Yeah, well
Okay.
done. Alrighty. What were the emotions before, during, and after?
Um, I don't know. I was having fun. I mean, I kind of I like watching it and waiting to hit the button.
Gotcha.
So
So in other
I
words,
don't
you were
know.
just having fun.
Yeah.
Very nice. Excellent.
Okay.
Good. All right, Angie. Let's have a look at what you did.
I got into the New Zealand US dollar in the 3 minutes chart, and I'm still in. It's going short on there, so that one's not out yet because that closing is still below.
Hmm.
So my trading's still in.
All right.
And I didn't check the, as soon as I went through the trading checklist, I just realized I didn't go through the news.
Smart. Okay.
Yeah,
Um, but in this particular case, which is M3, I mean, the news, I know the news is very important, but because of the method itself, it's just either two out or two below. Two above or two below, it's, yeah, it's not as applicable. It's not applicable to the method. And that, excellent. Cool. So that's the only trade that you did?
Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. What was the
It was a bit too
emotions?
fast. The emotion, I feel really nervous because it's really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Okay.
during
How about before?
before, I was just actually having fun and looking for trades. And
Nice.
then when I was entering the buttons, oh my god, I was looking at the clock and it's just ticking. I was waiting for it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was nervous, and then I clicked the button. That's it.
Okay, good. So there you go. Having fun is important. Also with
Yeah.
John taking the profits, if you see it, take it. Okay, cool. Very nice. Right, and let's see what you've got.
Okay, went in short the euro yen at this point right here. It was too fast. It should be in this candle, but it was too fast. I pulled the trigger here, and then it went down here and closed right up here, 2 candles above, and then went long on this candle right here, and still in the long position at the moment.
Gotcha. So see, even with the second arrow, right on the second arrow, what
It's
is
a meant to
the?
be on this one,
y-
but it's just too fast. So
Yeah, can
it
you
got pulled on this one.
click left on the one before, please?
This
And then
one?
yeah, click left on your mouse. So the close is 44.5. Oh, one more time, please. 44.5, 10. Ooh. So it's just right dead center. Right dead center. So it has to be above it. So technically speaking,
No, this one's a short. I added to the short
oh,
because it
okay.
closed below, and then I pulled it here because it was too fast. So it went down here, which is good, but then it went too up. So and then I pulled it, the second one on this candle to go long. So,
Got
and then
it.
I'm still in long. So still riding that one, the long one. So I'm in the long position but close the short
Gotcha.
position. Yeah.
Okie dokes. Nice. Right. In the next 20 minutes, you're going to do M2. M2 only. Find potential trades using M2. You can go all the way to 10 minutes, but no more than 10-minute chart, all the way down to 1 minute. Alrighty, at your own speed and go. Alright, if there's a limit, I can see your limit. Where is your stop, Angie? What price? Okay, do you have a stop set in place? About to. So you failed. Number one, after you found the thing, the calculation, after once your entry, you need to put your stop straight away even before your limit. Okay, so that's X. And then it has to be uh, the low of the 3 minus the spread. Yeah, you can drag that stop button all the way down. Hi Harry, if you're just joining us, we are currently just sparring against the marketplace using M2 and M3.
Sorry, if I just repeat that, if you wouldn't mind.
No worries. So basically what we've been doing is you're sparring against the marketplace. So you're pretty much going in battle using M2 and M3 from as low as 10 minutes all the way down. So we've done M3 and now they're trading M2.
Okay, thanks, man.
Okay, not a problem. All right, let's stop through there. Okay, let's go through you, John, and see what you've got based on that scenario. Did you enter?
I don't have anything. I didn't enter anything because I'm so new to M2 that I want to slow myself down and make sure I'm doing it right.
Okay.
So, I started off with 10 minute. That wasn't working out for me, so I went to 5. And anyways, I was going off of the basics here. I think I got it right where I saw a bullish candle going into a doji, and then as I watched this third candle, it was pretty obvious that it was going to meet the criteria. And at that point, I just started going through the getting my target, my entry, figuring out my stop, and then I drew a fib to figure out what my targets would be. But that's kind of where I don't really know much more I can do, because I've seen your videos and how you can assess different targets if your fib is putting you where price action has already gone to.
Yes.
So
No, spot on, mate. Spot on. Very good, very good. Okay, very nice. Thank you. Okay, let's go through with you, Jason.
Right, so I scanned the 1 and 5 minute charts, and I didn't find anything. As soon as I had 2 candles set up with the candle arrangement and either in the overbought or oversold position, I went ahead and started setting up my targets, my entry, and my stops as per the M2 guidelines. And then the third candle didn't confirm, so then I just continued scanning, and that happened a couple times. So there were no setups for me.
Okay.
And no bad feelings, just kept moving on until the time was up.
Not a problem. Sounds good. All right. Okay, Angie.
I've got a fund AUD US dollar in a 5 minutes chart. I put an entry there. It was really fast. It should have been on the third candle before the closing price. So I put it in there, and then I was trying to calculate my stop loss. I should have just taken the last low at the lowest of the candle, which is there. So I did. And then I saw another opportunity, but I didn't notice the stochastic is actually not in the right area. It should be on the it's overbought. But
Nice.
it's not, so I just closed my position.
Okay. All right. Very good. So at least you established that stochastic is not on the overbought in order for you to short. Didn't meet the criteria. But in the going long part, you are within the criteria. Now the stop is out of the 3, the formation. That is the lowest lot of the whole lot, right? That is pretty much the low out of everyone. So the low of that one is 102.43b. I'm sorry, 102.43a. Now, since you're going long, you should actually be on the asking price. See on the top right-hand corner, where it says, so you have to be on that A. Bingo. See now, you're different. It changes right there, right? So if you go through that, the low is 102. 46.4 minus the spread, so 102.43, 102.42, so mainly 102.43.
The spread is on the last 4 digits.
The last 4 digits, correct. And then, so technically speaking, you will still pretty much be in the game. No change at all.
Okay. Yep.
All right. Last but not least will be Anne.
Okay, I was saying with Angie, actually spotted the Aussie dollar on a 5-minute chart here. Clicked on the ask screen, and the trigger point was around about this area right here. It's 102.45. Entered on this, it went a bit too fast, so I waited for a bit of a retracement. Entered at the close of this candle, at the open of this, the fourth candle, and also added another one as well. Stop loss in the bid screen and the sell screen, and it's the low of this candle right here. So my stop was there, just the low of that candle. Target price, immediate supply level, and then the second target was scroll back here to the next supply level, and I'm still in this trade.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, so for the next exercise is so John, you will be just looking for M3 potential trades from the daily all the way down 4 hours, 1 hour. And then for Jason, you're going to find potential M2 trades for pretty much everything from daily all the way down. And likewise for Angie. In actual fact, you guys are going to split it. Could you do me a favor, please? No, actually, we'll see. Actually, I'll pass the presentation to Jason for a second. Okay, Jason or Angie. Actually, take Angie. Make it easier. All right. Can you do me a favor, please, Angie? On the top right-hand, yep, where's the AUD USD? Click on the scroll button. Yeah. So Angie, oh, yours as well is on. Okay, your job is to take euro, US dollar, pound against the US dollar, Aussie against the US dollar, anything pretty much against the US dollar. That's for you, the majors. So you got the 7 majors. And then for Jason, you've got all the yens, euro yen, pound yen, Aussie yen, and then you will take the euro, pound, and the euro Swiss. Okay, so euro, pound, and euro Swiss. And then for Anne and Harry, you're going to do pretty much a live case, looking at the Aussie against the US dollar, whether you're going to analyze it and see what you can come up with it, either to the upside, to the downside, or sideways movement. Using M1 only, not 2 or 3, just using M1. All right.
So just the Aussie?
What was it for me? Sorry?
Yours is the 7 majors against the US dollar, so anything against the US dollar would be for you. So you have the euro, the pound, the yen, the US dollar.
Who are you talking to, Ray? Sorry?
For you, Angie, you're the one who's asking the question, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So the 7 majors against the US dollar will be for you.
7 majors. Okay.
Okay, and then Jason will be M2, method 2.
M2. Okay.
Okay, all right, ready and go. Sorry, John. So your job is to find potential trades using the daily chart, the 4-hour chart, and the 1-hour chart. So if you're looking for potential trades for tomorrow or the end of the day in the next 4 hours or even in the next hour or so. Okay, so daily 4-hour, 1 hour. That is your job.
Okay, sounds good.
No worries. Okie dokie. Let's start with Anne and Harry, and then we'll go pretty much all the way down. Let's start from Harry first.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, M1. So I'll do very briefly. I'll do the macro fundamentals. I'm not too sure if you've done it previously today. This is just for the Australian dollar and the US dollar, which is applicable to this particular pair. This one's coming up as a core durable goods orders month on month, the US dollar. A couple of ambers, the Treasury, crude oil inventories. Australia's actually got a public holiday tomorrow, bank holiday in, it's actually bank holiday, it's actually Anzac Day, national holiday. And then tomorrow night, the unemployment claims for US dollar and then the advanced GDP on Friday evening. But in terms of Australian reports, nothing else. Most of them were already done earlier in the week. Significant ones with the CPI today, which moved the Australian dollar quite negatively, and very pleased to that. Was the CPI leading index earlier on during the week. The marketplace, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, as you can clearly see, it's an uptrend, higher highs, high lows. Nice bullish day yesterday, higher highs, higher lows. Coming off a minor correction here as well, so very good signal for the Dow and the marketplace to continue this uptrend to the upside to test the previous highs and beyond. The futures market, Asia was up, it's all green. In Europe, it's positive. Even the SPY 200, which is the Australian, that was very good actually. 105, breaking the 5,000 there again. And for the Dow Jones and the S&P and the Nasdaq, it's all green as well, coming off that big move last night of 152. So earnings season in the United States, it all seems very positive and more to the upside in terms of the marketplace. Going to the pair itself, on the weekly chart, it has been going in a sideways motion, just ebb and flowing between supply and demand over a number of months. The previous low was down here at 101.22, moved up, took out this previous high here at 105.83, and then sellers took it over. Last week was very bullish, lower low, lower high, but this week the bulls have come back and have stabilised just on a level of demand around 102.16. So very good signal, very tight bar. It is lower high, lower sellers in control, but it's stabilising now. Could be a stabilisation, correction, more continuation to the downside. If it does in fact do that, then we have these demand levels around 101.4 and 101. If it does in fact break that, then obviously we're going to test somewhere, sometime this uptrend line around here, around parity. If it does in fact go back to the upside and correct, it's 103.58 based on that previous move down. It's the 38.2, and then a 50% correction is the 104. If it does break those levels, it may come up to test the previous high set at 105.70, or just to complete this board pattern before prices dictate which way they're going to go, to break to the upside or back to the downside. But looking good on the weekly as a stabilisation here at the moment. For the daily chart, that's a lower high at the moment. High low, lower high at the moment. Sellers in control. Big push down with that report that came out this morning, but nevertheless it didn't take out yesterday's low, so they resisted the demand level around 102.20, and that's that uptrend line previously on the weekly. So they're just holding prices here around 102.39, not willing to fall any further. If it does in fact decide to correct itself, we have the first Fibonacci retracement at 102.87, and if it does break that at 103, if it does go through these first Fibonacci levels, then obviously on the weekly chart, which one was here, was 103.58 and 104 even. But it has been battered for a number of days, so a minor correction may be installed. It is signifying that with us stabilising around the level of demand at the moment. On the 4-hour chart, these sells in control, but the lows are quite high at the moment. They're not willing to go further lower than 102.19 as previously seen. So it's just continuing up a little bit high. Went up during the day session and then the sells took over, but now stabilising around that demand level here as well. On the 1-hour chart, and we can see a little bit more clearer. So it's making high lows at the moment. Sells are in control here at the moment, but it's still resisting to go any further than it has been previously at 102.30. So it is stabilising around that level of demand, looking good to either stabilise and correct itself for a move to the upside very soon. Any questions with the Aussie dollar?
Okay, so what is your summary? Bullish, bearish, or sideways?
At the moment, I know it's based on the daily candle itself. It hasn't completed, but the way now, I'm quite bullish on the short term.
Bullish, short term. Okay, beautiful. All right, thank you. And you're next.
Okay, so I won't go through the macro fundamentals since Harry has covered that, so thanks very much for that. So the Aussie against the dollar, overall what we can see right here that it's on an uptrend on the long-term perspective, short-term downtrend from here. But in the immediate term, between this level right here, I'll just draw that. It's on a sideways movement. So it's consolidating between two price areas, between this supply and demand area. And at the moment, it's actually sellers are in control, very strong, and now taking it back down to a very good demand level right here. Now this week, this candle here is not over yet, but if it finishes like this at the end of the week, then I'll consider going into this trade. But at the moment, we can still see that sellers are still taking it back to this demand. There's a range. It may also cover this tail right here, so it may even go back down to about the 101.14 area if it wants to. So we still need to be very careful. Based on the daily chart, what we can see right here is that you can see that evidence that's still on the downtrend. This high right here is still higher, or this high right here, I should say, is still lower compared to this high right there. Also, clear indication of the consolidation period between these two price areas. Also, indication of great demand levels. So there's, as I said, there's a range between this level right here and this level, and may also cover this tail right here on the daily chart as well. Overall, immediately in this trend right here, it's on the downtrend. Very strong push by the sellers to the downside, still creating lower lows, lower highs. This candle here is not finished yet, but if this finishes below the this candle right here, or yesterday's candle, then there may be some more continuation for this pair to head down further to these levels of demand here. This is the best area to buy back in. However, if this candle right here ends up as another doji, and ends up within this level right here, then it's good indication that buyers are resisting this level, price level right here. Therefore, they may not even go further down to this area, and could be buying time in my eyes. Retracement-wise, the immediate fib retracement is the bigger time frame right here, and the first one would be that. If it breaks all those levels, then the biggest level of retracement will be here. The first retracement will be about the 103.50, 55, 104 or 40 price areas. So that will be the retracement. Lower time frames, let's see. You guys can hear me still? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so on the lower time frame, still on a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs. Buyers are still supporting this area right here, but you already can see evidence that sellers are still in control within this area here. So still need some form of stabilization in this level right here before we can enter. And on the 1 hour chart, which is the best price entry chart for me, sellers are still also very much in control, lower lows, lower highs as well. And but the lows are quite high compared to these lows right here. So we need just some form of stabilization here with buyers in control before we can go in to buy in with this pair. So at the moment, I'm still a bit cautious, still quite bearish, but not quite ready yet, but nearly ready. So at the end of the day, it will dictate whether to go in and buy, to go for a long side back to these levels right here.
All right, is 102.20 resistance or support?
Support, sorry.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. For Angie, Jason, and John, what do you think that Harry and Ann didn't do? Anything?
Go ahead, Jason. You got it, man.
Jason,
wakey, Jason. They don't look like they did anything. No, I'm awake. I'm just trying to figure out what they skipped.
Just joking.
They can draw trend lines. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, they had both said and identified what the trend was, but as far as confirming objectivity on the chart, drawing trend lines could help identify, especially for newer people getting into M1. But I mean, Harry went to the macro fundamentals.
When Harry went to the macro fundamentals, did he go all the way to the dollar index?
No, he didn't go to the dollar index, so the S&P. So that part was, yeah,
Okay. What else does Aussie support?
gold.
Gold, just to double check, right? To see where they're at the moment. All right, so there's two things. Okay, so awesome. Hey, let's go through. Not a problem. Okay, so this is why I say there's little minor things, and even I myself with the euro against the dollar last night at M3, I actually didn't really see it. I was already short, and then with the bullish pushed to the upside, and then out of nowhere, the report came after that, like bam! It's like, oh craps! So I got taken by the markets. Basically, I got fished. They're like, nah, nah. The markets guy like, nah, 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 nah. Sucker. So I didn't get sucked again.
I didn't say that, right? I said something else.
Alrighty, so, oh my. Okay, John, your turn. So just M3s, okay? M3s on. See what you came up with.
Give me 1 second.
Out of the whole lot that you found, which one did you
feel
find?
like everybody's riding mountain bikes, and I got like a little tricycle. Let's see here. So I found this 4-hour I found this 4-hour M3 right here. Pretty simple. It's 2 indigo short. So it's 4 hours, so it's gonna be a little bit quicker coming up here in a couple hours. And that is on the Aussie dollar. And let's see here. The other one I found was the Euro pound on a daily. Again, it's to go short because it's been above the moving average and it hasn't gone below it on 2 bars. And so this is a daily to go short on the Euro pound.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. Thanks, John. All right,
Sure.
Jason, your turn. See what which pair you come up with, if there's any.
So I had the yens and the euro Swiss and the euro pound, and so I scanned the daily, the 4-hour and the 1 hour, and out of all those, this is what I found: the euro Swiss and the daily. Potential move for the next couple of days. I already have my targets established here. Currently overbought in an uptrend right now with higher highs, higher lows. In the short term, here's my stop already established to include the pip spread at 122.99, and the entry price is at 122.40. And then here's our respective targets, starting from the 32% to the 62%. Currently overbought. Pretty strong bullish candle here on the first candle. Second candle hasn't been done forming yet, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow when the market closes to see what this will close at. As far as right now, it's looking okay, and then we'll have to confirm with the third candle. The third candle can close below the 38%, or excuse me, the entry point right here at 122.40. We'll be looking good to enter short on this trade.
Okay, sounds good. All right, last but not least will be Angie. If there's any that you did find.
On the method 2, there's a potential M2 on the New Zealand US dollar, the 4 hours, but we need to wait until that second candle becomes a doji. So it's not due until 7 o'clock Melbourne time, in another 2 hours or less. Another one is potential is, let's see, pound US dollar. Hang on, I've got one, sorry, euro yen, sorry. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, wrong note. US dollar Swiss. This on the daily, but that the second candle is, if that's a doji, that's a potential M2 there. We'll have to confirm with the third candle. And another one is Euro US dollar on a daily. There's a potential to go long there, but we still need to wait for the third candle to confirm, and that become a doji. That's it. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Okay, any feedback for John, Jason, or Angie?
Yeah, they're doing well.
Awesome. All right, I know I
Yeah,
went
good
20
teaching.
minutes overboard. I hope you guys enjoyed the session today, and
Yeah, it's pretty good.
we'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
Pleasure. Adios. Bye.